am, yeah. Orwell's Suzuki. Look what I'm about to ride. What do you reckon? Yeah, marvellous, eh? Let's get on board. A very familiar view from the dash, of course. Ignition on. Oh, this baby's brand new. Yeah. Oh, look at that. And yet, straight away, fires up. Absolutely marvellous. Get the mirrors set up. Bar end mirrors on the Suzuki GSX. Who would have thought? Into gear. Let's get going. Absolutely wonderful. I'll bring you back at the walk round. Yeah. So I've got to say, through town, just like the 8S, this is just a delight. It's so quick, nimble and light. I'm not far from where I want to do the walk round now. So what I'll do is, I'll bring you back in a second. Yeah. Right, I mean, look at it. It's just lovely. Suzuki GSX-8T. Yeah, personally, I think I'd probably go for the TT. But as a bike, I was sort of expecting it to be pretty much the same as the 8R. And it is. Seating position slightly different because you've got different bars. Still got that fantastic 800 parallel twin engine that knocks out 82 brake horsepower and 78 newton meters of torque. But it's where the torque is on this engine. And if you've ridden the 8S or the 8R, you'll know what I'm on about. Because it's not just about flat out speed, which is about 125, something like that. But it's that sort of 40 to 90 miles an hour. I mean, it's just so up and down, so quick and so easy. Quickshifter as standard. Upside down forks, which I'll come back to. Twin discs on the front, Nissan, absolutely fine. Back brake, also fine. I mean, I haven't been really giving it very much because it's got brand new tyres on. It's a brand new bike. For this bike, seat height, let's do the seat height. 815. It's going to limit the shorties. You're not going to be able to get on it, particularly because the back seat's higher. That's about it really for specs. There's no point in talking about it because everybody knows the 8S and the 8R. This is about this being semi-retro. For me, it's not retro enough. It's got a bigger tank than the 8S and the 8R, 16.5 litres. The 8R could actually do with another couple of litres adding on, which I think it's about 14.5. But fantastic fuel economy. The seat, very comfy, more comfy than my 8R, slightly wider. I think it's slightly wider, the design and the shape here where they've tried to sculpt it into something different. Not sure about these big plastic bits here. I think they look okay. I think it carries it off. And this colour, I didn't know they were doing. I hadn't seen this colour. It's like a bronzy, brassy, very 70s colour actually, I think, and sort of suits my jacket and my backpack. What else does this come with? Bar end mirrors instead of Mickey Mouse mirrors. I like Mickey Mouse mirrors. It's when I first got on it, it felt a bit strange having the bar ends, but as I get riding it, it sort of makes sense. Obviously, the exhaust. For a retro bike, you need an exhaust, I think. And I'm sure, well, I know that there are aftermarket exhausts, but I'd want a chrome one or something like that to help make it look a bit more retro. All the switch gear, dead easy, dead straightforward. Same with the clock and all the settings. Obviously you've got traction control, you've got ABS, you've got 3 different settings, A, B and C, and 1, 2 and 3 for the traction control. I think that's about it. Is it retro enough? Not for me. Is it a good bike? I think it is. I mean, the 8S is, the 8R is, and this is just as good. But we'll find out more from riding it. Yeah, so let's get on and get down the road and do the senses test. Yeah. Right, here I am, back on board. Ignition on, Suzuki, marvellous, bar end mirrors, servicing 481 miles. Let's get going down the road and do those senses test. Yeah, marvellous. Now, I mentioned on my 8R video about the quickshifter and saying, oh, it's so smooth, and someone said, oh no, it's not, it's terrible. And of course that comes down to how you use it. So I'm not giving it very many revs, and you can see it flicking through those gears, absolutely no trouble at all. Sorry, a bit of wind noise there. Now obviously I've got a bit of dirt on my tyres as well as them being new, so I'll have to go a bit steady. But this is legal limits, and it's such a nice easy bike to ride, no trouble whatsoever. And certainly no trouble with the quickshifter. I just went down using it, and again no trouble. Onto the brakes, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so no trouble with the quickshifter. But what about taste? Yeah, what does it taste like? Well, this, it could be, now I need to remember where I go. I think I turned left here. Yeah. You know, I often mention mint cracknel. Yeah, absolutely marvellous. Well, there was also, I don't think I do go left there. There was also orange cracknel. Yeah, they did an orange flavour. And whilst this is sort of bronzy colour, in the sunlight it looks orange. I mean, just look at that. I'll put a picture up now of it, glistening in the sun. Absolutely wonderful it is. Yeah. So that's what it'd taste of. Smell? Well, this smells like a brand new bike. Yeah, that's all it smells of. No smell of oil, water, nothing like that. Then to look at, and this is the controversy for me, because they suggest it's a retro, a throwback to the ice cream GS1000. I don't think it is. If it had been, they'd have had to at least paint it blue and white, wouldn't they? That's what I think. I think it's a very nice looking bike, but it's just a modern bike, and for that you're paying a premium over the 8S, which is principally the same bike. So I'm not convinced about it at all. Speed limit. What do you think? I think it's definitely a nice looking bike. Is it retro? I don't get the retro bit, but that sort of distracts from it being a very nice bike. So a little bit crazy, I think, there.
The TT, however, with a little bikini fairing, that's more like it for me. I really like that more than, not that I don't like this. I think this is wonderful. Oh, a curious house, that, isn't it? Then what do I have? Touch and feel. Well, Suzuki. It's a premium price, but it is Suzuki built. It's just lovely to ride. Of course, this isn't running, so I can't take the revs much higher than 5,000. I think that's the limit to start with. But as you can see, at 5,000 you're going at a fair lick. Crikey, I thought he was going to swerve out into me. Yeah, so build quality, I've done a fair few miles on my 8R. Nothing wrong with the build quality, absolutely wonderful. And this has got some interesting shapes. I like the shape around the seat. They've made the seat a little bit wider, I think, and it sort of suits it, makes it look a bit more squat, which, let's be honest, if they are going retro with Suzuki, if you think of the GS850, the GS1000, they were quite squat bikes. They were quite fat, weren't they? So maybe that's why. But what a cracking bike, both to look at and to feel and polish. It'll be a joy polishing this bigger tank. Yeah, and then sound. Well, you can get a pipe, make it a bit better, but you can't make it sound like a 4-cylinder. You can't, you know, it sounds fine. There's nothing wrong with the sound. I've had no objections to my bike, especially if you're doing a few miles. We'll get right here. So that brings it back to, how do I feel? How does it make me feel? Well, what I'll do is I'll bring you back in a little while. Yeah, so here we are. I'll just get past this car before we get to the speed limit. How does it make me feel? Well, I love it. I really do. I mean, I love my 8R. I've ridden the 8S. I love that as well. And this is just the same, but in a different body. Imagine having a wife that is just preloaded already. So you've got holiday mode, you know, bikini, beachwear, all that lot already, and domestic, yeah, at home, cooking, stuff like that, and dinner out. That's what it's like with Suzuki. You've got the dressed up for the night out 8R. You've got the 8T, the TT, and the S. All different models, but all the same cracking body underneath and performance. Yeah, makes me feel young, makes me feel happy. It handles just sweet as a nut, and yeah, you can find the bottom of it. And like with my 8R, I'm at the point now where I know the bike so well and I can ride it in such a way that I am reaching the extent of the brakes, reaching the extent of the suspension. But this is all in a bike that's under 10 grand. I'm not sure how much these are. I think they're 9.5. I think that TT is just under 10. So you pay 500 quid for the bikini fairing, and I don't know what else. Is it too expensive? I think it is, when you can get the 8S for 7 something and the 8R for 8.2 or something like that. And I think if I were to change to one of these, I would be waiting for a deal. Yeah, but what a cracking bike. And if you don't want to wait, you know, it's up to you, isn't it? It is a cracking bike. I'm not saying it's not worth 10. I'm just saying that there's the same bike at lesser money. Yeah. But I'll bring you back when I get closer to Orwell's. Right, I'm almost back. And I guess I ought to summarise it. I mean, if you want just a cracking looking bike that goes so well, that is so smooth, quick, easy to handle, you can't go wrong with it. You really couldn't. But you couldn't with the 8S, and that's its problem. Are Suzuki competing against themselves? I don't know. Would I have one? If money was no object, yeah, I'd definitely be buying one. Would I buy this or the TT? I think for the extra £500 I'd go for the TT. But let's just get this stopped here and have one last look. And of course, buying a Suzuki here from Orwell's, you're always gonna be certain you're gonna get good service. But what a cracking bike. And do you know what? The more I look at it, the more I like it. Yeah, wonderful.